Yo, 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 what's going on out there, Fight World? This your boy Money back with another one, fam. And this one here is on three big dogs in this fight game. We have King Canelo, the 4th Division World Champion. He is the current undisputed super middleweight world champion, the greatest Mexican fighter of all time, one of the greatest to ever lace him up. Then we have Terence T-Boy Crawford, the undefeated 3 Division world champion. He is a 2-time undisputed world champion. And we all know Bud is one of the hottest fighters in the game, arguably the #1 pound-for-pound fighter. Then we have Errol the True Spence Jr., the former unified WBC, IBF, and Super WBA welterweight world champion. He's looking to be a 2 Division world champion. Now that he's at 154 pounds. And we know EJ is still one of them pound-for-pound fighters and one of the hottest fighters in the game. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls all over the world, we all been waiting on the Errol Spence and Terence Boy Crawford rematch. And it looked like it's not going to take place, you know? And I think the reason is Terence Crawford wants to fight Canelo Alvarez to cash out. I think Errol Spence said that way as well. You understand? Errol Spence, we all seen that he just had a cataract surgery, but that's healing on his eye. And Terence Crawford saying that he's done waiting. You feel me? We all know they was contractually obligated to make this fight happen, and it's looking like it's not going to take place. You understand? But the buzz that we have been seeing is Terence Crawford every chance he get calling out Canelo Alvarez. You know what I mean? That's the fight he want. Canelo, 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 Canelo. And even though it seemed unlikely, right, we have information saying that Terence Crawford accepted all terms to fight Canelo Alvarez at 168 pounds. Meaning he accepted everything Canelo Alvarez said. Just speculation. We don't know how true that is, right? But Terence Crawford know that he was contractually obligated to fight Errol Spence in a rematch after defeating Errol Spence July 29th for undisputed at the welterweight division in a long time, rivalry fight that we all been waiting on, things of that nature. And Terence Crawford went out there and had himself a field day and won quite easily, right? So now he won a big-time fight with Canelo, and it looked like he wanted that to be his last fight to cash out and ride off into the sunset. You dig what I'm saying? Now, we all know what Canelo brings to the table. If you've been in this boxing game, you know Canelo Alvarez has been running this boxing game for a long time now. You feel me? A long time now. Even with taking L's, he's still a face of boxing because that's just what he do. You feel me? Now, Canelo is in a position to change a lot of people's lives. A lot of people want this fight with Canelo Alvarez. A lot of people talk ish about him, right? Fans I heard talk about how he's ducking this fighter, ducking this fighter, ducking that fighter, and they want him to fight everybody from goddamn 140 to the heavyweight division. But, Canelo is his own man. He beat who they say he couldn't beat. And now everybody's lined up to get that Canelo payday, right? Now, we know Canelo fights Cinco de Mayo and Mexican Independence Day. And, he's looking for an opponent for Cinco de Mayo. A lot of people looking at Jaime Munguia. A lot of people want David Benavidez. And now Terence Boy Crawford name has crept into the, into the play, to fight Canelo. So that leave Errol Spence, on the outside looking for another opponent, which he could find an opponent over the PBC side because they have plenty of fighters, to put Spence in the ring with. But, Errol Spence probably looking at Terence Boy Crawford like, man, listen, you trying to avoid me to get the Canelo Alvarez fight, right? At once upon a time, Errol Spence and Canelo, was brought up because of, the Texas background with Errol. We all know the Mexicans out there. We all know they both fought at Jerry Jones Stadium, and they hold the 2 highest gates, if I'm not mistaken, at the Jerry Jones Stadium, with Canelo being 1 and Errol being 2. They know that this was a big-time money fight if Errol Spence would have defeated, Terence Boy Crawford and, moved on to become a 2 Division world champion at 154, what he's looking to do now, right? So a lot of people looking at Errol Spence like, well, you wanted to fight Canelo. You can't get mad because Bud want to fight Canelo now. But the situation with Bud and Errol is they had a 2-fight contract obligation. You know what I mean? Now, I remember Terence Boy Crawford saying that he couldn't make 168 to fight Canelo Alvarez. Right? He said people are crazy. People think he's Superman and things of that nature. But since he got the win over Errol Spence, there's been a lot of buzz out there where people feel like, oh, man, he can go up and beat Canelo. Bud's so skillful. He this, he that. And some of the things is right that they saying. But for him to be jumping all the way to 168, right? all the way to 168, putting on all that weight to face Canelo Alvarez, he's in for a rude awakening. He's really in for a rude awakening, right? A lot of people saying, why you want to jump up to 68? Why not fight Jerron Boots Ennis right there at 47? Why not fight Jamel Charlo at 54 like you said you wanted to fight him? Or, some fighters around, the weight class where you fight at instead of jumping all the way up to fight the king of boxing and Canelo Alvarez. Now, with Canelo, the situation is kind of sticky because, he's in a lose-lose situation. And why do you say that, Monty Brown? Because if Canelo was to beat Terence Crawford, they're going to say, well, he was supposed to do that. He did it again. He beat a little fighter. Everyone knows Terence Crawford started at 135. He's a little fighter. He's a 3-division world champion. The man jumped up 3 weight classes to fight Canelo. We all know all he wanted was a bag. That's all he wanted was a check so he can cash out and lead the game. And then if he go out there and lose to fucking Terence Crawford, well, Canelo wasn't never that good, man. He lost to a fucking 135-pounder guy that started at 135. It shows that, man, if you can box, and if you got a high IQ than Canelo, then you can beat Canelo. Canelo is not this, Canelo is not that, right? And then the other thing is, yeah, he supposed to fought David Benavidez, man. He don't even want to fight Benavidez no more. You see, he's ducking Benavidez to keep fighting these smaller fighters. He just fought Jamel Charlo. He was a 154-pound fighter, brought him up to 168. You know what I'm saying? Now look who he fight, right? So Canelo's in a lose-lose situation, and that's all Canelo be trying to tell people. Like, look here, man. It's damn if I do, damn if I don't. Damn if I do, damn if I don't. If I beat the guys that y'all say I can't beat, right, then I really don't get no credit. Then when I fight the people, right, who's calling me out, right, who's saying bullshit about me, talking shit about me, then I'm cherry picking. You understand? So Canelo is in a position where he's never going to be loved or given his just due all the way until he retire from the sport. And then they see, what happened to the sport if you don't have somebody to, be his predecessor, which is crazy because you got Tank behind him. And, a lot of people hate on Tank the same way they hate on Canelo. But with the situation with Errol and Bud, Errol won his fight. You understand? He won his fight with Bud. He wanted to try to get back to show people that he's better than July 29th, right? And I believe he's way better than July 29th as well, right? We all know the situation that he was going through. But it's up to Terence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be up to Terence Crawford. Now they've been out the ring since July now. So I don't know how long, they want to wait to get this thing going. But we will have to see because PBC had to find another platform and things of that nature. But, Errol Spence is sitting back looking at Terence Crawford trying to maneuver out of the fight to get that Canelo fight. And everybody see the play, right? Everybody see the play. And now what's funny to me is all these people coming out saying, oh, yeah, we want Terence Crawford versus Canelo. We want that fight. Yeah, this, that, and the third, this, that. Like, stop it, man. Y'all never once in y'all fucking life scream y'all want to see Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez fight. Not once. You feel me? Now, if Terence Crawford just so happened to land a fight, good luck to him. You feel me? Shouts out to him. That's a big-time fight. Feed your family, things of that nature. But in my mind, I still believe Canelo don't want to fight Terence Crawford because he know it's a sticky situation. He knows what it is. He know that people not going to give him just doing credit. You feel me? He know people are ready to make excuses for him once again. But one thing about Canelo, he don't give a damn because he understand the game and he been around long enough to know that fans are fickle and that they don't run shit. They really don't. You understand? So it's not going to stop Canelo from doing what he's doing. But he will most definitely fight, the tough opponents that's out there. You know what I mean? I just don't think it's going to be Terence Crawford. Just my opinion. Now, if it take place, like I said, it take place. And I do got Canelo winning that fight. And like I said, I see Terence Crawford, if he do lose to Canelo Alvarez, he's going to, retire from the sport of boxing. You feel me? He already said out his own mouth, I was going to retire before if I didn't get the Errol Spence fight, I was going to retire. So we all know what's going on with Spence. He's back. He's looking for the big fights. He's looking for his rematch with Terence Crawford. We going to see if that take place. But like I said, Terence Crawford is looking to fight Canelo. He's trying to get that cash out money. A lot of people don't blame him. It's the sport of boxing. This what happened in the business era. You feel me? So if I was Errol Spence, I will point that out. I will let Bud know. I see the move you're trying to make. But if you really want his rematch with Terence Crawford, press the issue and don't let up. I repeat, if Errol Spence wants his rematch with Terence Crawford, it's still in the contracts. Press the issue and don't let up. And Canelo Alvarez will do the rest, in my opinion. Straight like that. Money be on to the next. Can't wait to see these boys back in the ring. Salute to all of them. Keep getting your bread and live your best life.